Greg has more than 45 years of experience in the mining industry and more than 25 years in Greenland itself. He has worked on 4 continents as a geologist, targeting commodities including rare earths and other specialty metals, precious metals, iron ore, and hydrocarbons as well. Greg is the 100% owner of TANBREEZ, which owns the TANBREEZ project, part of one of the largest undeveloped rare earth deposits in the world. Welcome to the stage. Either up and down or right, left, left.
50-50. Well, I'm glad to be here and welcome you all here to TANBREEZ, which we first took up in 2001. I think we first applied for our exploration license in 2012. To give you some idea of the size of this, this is an ore body. You see there's little kents there. The ore body itself is all that area there. It's about 400 metres thick. It covers about 5 k's by 3 k's. So, and it's all ore. And we expect 97% of what we mine we can sell. To put that in perspective, there's the ore body. We have, these are all JORC codes, 5.15 billion tonnes. But that does upgrade very easily in magnets and almost for free because we sell the waste to 9 to 10% zirconium, 2.5 to 2.7% rare earths, 1% niobium and 0.15 tantalum, hafnium and probably tungsten as well. We haven't done enough work on the tungsten. Of that, there's about 30 million tonnes you call the reserve status, but that's being reassessed at the moment. That'll probably push up close to 100 million tonnes. I've just come out of Greenland with the flu, so I do apologise. That is all ore. That's our proposed plant there on the edge of the field. The field is about 100 metres deep. You can take as many ships as you like, and it's all very much laid on. We initially planned to mine 500,000 tonnes a year, but that'll raise up to 3 million tonnes as we establish ourselves. And we signed, we signed an agreement with the, we signed an agreement with the community a month or so ago. Essentially, we see that they are vital, particularly for recruiting labour and that sort of stuff. They know who can employ and when they can employ and that sort of stuff without causing pressure in the local employment market. To quickly go through the product stage, we mine it. There's about 3-5% is cyanide sills. That's good road making material. That's the only waste. We crush it. We think that crushing undersize can put into the tiles and the fencing dough, and so we end up with feldspar, eudelite and magnetite, or black, red and white. The white being the feldspar, the black being the fencing dough, which we believe we can sell, and the red's the eudelite. Now, eudelite can be split into zirconium, hafnium, tantalum pentoxide, niobium pentoxide, magnetic rare earths, which is the middle group, cerium lanthanum, heavy rare earths, tungsten, and the waste we've been making cement. We've done a lot of downstream research on all those. We bought a company called Viking Zirconium, which produces very good and very high quality zirconium, and we've done a lot of work, particularly in cerium lanthanum uses. So we can effectively, we believe we can sell this material and we're not dependent on China. Oops, I think some girls have got to my throat. I got to this and put me with my hat in there. I do apologise. That's called bad proofreading by me. No doubt when I get back I'll throttle a couple of them gently, of course. That's the plan of the proposed setup. the process is being evolved. We've now got 2 ports. We've got to put the accommodation on in the field. That's the nearby town of Quakatok, where we'd be centred. And it's got all the modern services, very respective and very easy people to work with, and we should be able to get most of our labour from the community. Now, some things about Udallite. There's no radioactive, there's no uranium, there's no thorium, and they don't concentrate in the process. They're at background and they don't concentrate at all. So we have no issues of environmental from that type problem. It easily upgrades to 2.5% rare earth, 9% zirconium, because the rock is very coarse grained and very easy to separate. And if you look at the whole ore body, because it's one mineral, that's Udallite, right through the ore body, all the elements in the Udallite are in constant ratio. For example, here I've got zirconium against diosporium and zirconium against niobium, and you have these beautiful straight lines, which means that all the way through the whole 5 billion tonnes of ore body, the grade is constant, it doesn't vary. There's no other minerals to vary it, and within Udallite itself, it is constant. We do a lot of academic work on this recently, and we found that the reason for that, which is quite unique. And we'll sell everything. Now, put some quick figures on sort of dominance. If you look at the non-Chinese heavy rare earths, that's the heavy ones, you can see there are 2, you've got Cavanafelt and TANBREEZ, and they just dominate. China's got about the same as Canada on that particular graph, we believe. China doesn't tell exactly what they've got. But when you consider this is probably only 10% of our ore body, you can see the massive nature of the size. If you look at tantalum, it's even more dramatic. The tantalum grade in this ore body is roughly the same as other tantalum mines in the world, although it's a different mineral, of course, it's Udallite rather than tantalite. Now, there are a number of additional targets on this licence that we've done limited work on, or some work on, some drilling and some work on, but they're still sitting there and they haven't been assessed. The Cavanafelt type ore body, which John has got, we have a similar body there. We've only got 4 holes and about 2,000 surface samples into it. On this particular map, that's the green material there, and the great dark here, some more over here. It's probably about 2/3 the size of Cavanafelt, but it won't have any soluble fluorine or phosphate in, because it's a bit early in the sequence, although the grade's the same. The Eels deposit. Now, when the Cavanafelt type ore intruded into the country rock, it had a very high pH, and the mineral Udallite is not very happy with high pH. So it swept the Udallite in front of it, and so when the intrusion stopped, you get these massive solid chunks of Udallite. Large tonnages. If you look at these here, you can see this is a close-up of a rock which is all Udallite. There's a cliff face there. There are 3 high-grade bands going probably 9 to 10% zirconium in there, and the whole sequence probably averages 3 to 4% zirconium. If we look at the next one, I can draw them on the map. The green here is the Cavanafelt type ore, and the red is the known occurrences of this Eels type ore. Again, high grade, and there's ideas for how we can mine that to add as auxiliary to the existing mine. Tonnage considerable. I got an offsider called Hank, used to be Deputy Minister for Mines here. One thing we learnt in this intrusion, you never let Hank go mad with the drilling rig. He finds rocks he shouldn't. This is an example. He drilled and he found an IOG. It's a hematite breccia. They contain sulfides. The main mineral is, the main rare earth mineral is hematite. New to science, goes about 1% rare earths, and we found 3 of them. Well, there's one there, that's the one we've drilled. There's another one here which we haven't drilled, and there's a zone coming down here along the fault zone with these particular things in it. We know from the rock underneath there's 2 or 3 billion tonnes of sulphur disappeared, so we can find, in rocks around these, we can find sulphides of moly, lead, nickel, cobalt, etc. So, and gold and silver. So, considerable amount of promise in those. A lot more work to do. The one we've got a 350 metre section, averages about 1% rare earths and up to 3% zinc. But that's on the edge of the body. There's a program laid out to take this to probably 65 million tonnes of contained rare earth by exploring those various targets. That's been emphasised out. As I said, we're now in our 8th year of waiting for a licence. That essentially is TANBREEZ. Any questions, please?